One of the subscribers asked this question on how you can EQ your kicks and 808 in Lmms. Today's video, that's what I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I do to make my 808 kicks turn out. Okay, so I have a track here and this is how it sounds like. Pretty basic stuff. I do have keys plus this mandolin, and so specifically I'm gonna solo the drums only, and you hear how they sound like. Alright, so first of all, I just want to let you know that before I add on the kick and the 808 onto my tracks, this is what I first do. So I've created a bass channel here for the keys specifically, and you can see I've linked them on FX channel 1. So I do have them, and I do have an EQ which looks like this. So once I play, before adding the kick and the 808, this is how it was sounding without this EQ right here. And once I add the EQ, this is how it sounds like. So specifically what this does is to create some space, because the space right here is where the sub bass and you know, the kick and the 808 where they hit match, and this is the sample that I went with. This is exactly how it looks like. And alright, so it's a spins. I got it from Traphase's drum kit. It's free. So once I play them all together with the there is nothing on my 808. It is just a spins 808. So one of the things that you can always implement in your beats is to try as much as hard to, you know, EQ out your melody, not to over EQ it, but EQ out the frequencies that mess around with the sub bass and the 808. Tip number one is to always EQ out. It will help your 808 to, you know, to stick out. I know it sounds cliche, but that's the fact. A lot of people, a lot of producers do this stuff. They EQ out that. So let's go to the second thing. So you see that kind of 808 I have right here, it is a spins, and when I add it together with the kick, this is how the kick sounds like, the kick only. And once I add it with the 808, so whenever you have a hard kick, a heavy 808, make sure that you have a somewhat low and not a punch kick, you understand, so that they may be able to complement each other. So this is what I've done here. The kick is, you can see the wave, and the 808. So there's nothing big that is, I don't have fancy plugins that I add on my 808, maybe in the mixing with the final, but like it has to sound nice before you actually take it to mixing and mastering. So one thing I've done here is just to put this modulation amount and put a slight attack on it, just because Lmms specifically has that clicking sound every time you put in a sample. So, and tuned it as well. I always put my 808. Usually 808 in Lmms come tuned in C, but you have to make sure, I mean come tuned in A right here. So you have to make sure that you retune it to C And you probably expected me having fancy plugins on my 808, but there's nothing. I just make sure that it is hitting right. And I hope I've answered your question. It's a bit of a short video, but yeah, that's what I do for my kick and 808 to hit hard. Nothing fancy.